I saw Steve. It was like a triangle. Ricky was looking at me, I was looking at you, thinking that's weird.
Hello, what's the crack? What's the story? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out Karl versus Steve. All the insults. These guys abuse each other every time. Especially Steve Merchant. He comes up with them little tiny abuses every single time. So it'll be good to see what Karl has to say. Let's go. Come on.
And the little bald mank twat that is the shaven monkey known as Karl Pilkington.
Already.
Now, Rick, just a quick question, because if people have just stumbled across this, perhaps on the internet or on their TV channel, they're probably going to be a little bit alarmed by what you've said there. You've come straight in with little bald mank twat, and a lot of people don't know who that little bald mank twat is, so maybe you should clarify.
Well, I'm Ricky Gervais. You probably know me from such shows as The Office and Extras, cameos in the odd film. My long-term partner, not in that way, Stephen Merchant.
Not in that way. Steve Merchant, yes, I was involved with some of those projects, but I've not been in a film.
And we met Karl when we went back to XFM as Conquering Heroes. We were let go when XFM changed hands, and then we did The Office, and then we came back, and we were big shots. No longer did we need to run the desk or press any buttons, so we were assigned, how can I put this, like a stupid lackey.
Yes, yes, proper, I mean, probably the person who was lowest on the rung.
I'd have thought so.
Station.
They said, "Oh, give it."
Do you know what? I never really understood, like, how Karl can sit there and take all this. It takes a strong man to do that. I'm loving this.
No one wants to work
the
Saturdays.
The caretaker didn't work Saturdays, so they gave us Karl.
And we met Karl, and I was first struck by the roundness of his head, I'll be honest. I thought, this is a bald man, a little round-headed bald freak of a man. He opened his mouth, he spoke funny. Actually, he spoke without opening his mouth. That was the second thing that struck me. He just had this slack-jawed gimpness about him. Words came out.
I think they get the idea now, anyway.
Do you feel that was a balanced explanation of your meeting with us, or would you like to offer any extra detail there, Karl?
Well, with every meeting there's a different story, isn't there? The way you sort of looked at me and thought, he's weird. I saw Steve. It was like a triangle. Ricky was looking at me, I was looking at you, thinking that's weird.
It seems a little unjust that I'm the you know, why aren't you having a go at Ricky for being fat and
just because
old?
No, I'm just saying on the first meeting,
right?
It's like a museum, isn't it? Everybody rushes to the weird stuff first.
I love the fact that you're putting yourself firmly in that category as well, though. Oh, I love that. That's great. Like someone from Reservoir Dogs. Everyone looking at someone else.
But you don't feel that way about me anymore.
No, I've got used to it now. That's what
no,
I'm saying.
you that whatever your accusations of weirdness were, they all were unfounded.
It moves on, doesn't it? It's like anything. You get used to a look, don't you? I watch a lot of programs on stuff that people have up with them, and
you only watch programs about people that got something wrong with them. That is what you do. If ever you say, "Did you see that thing last night?" It's going to be something like the kid who was born with too many legs, or.
I think that's definitely true, because I think it said in the Ricky Gervais show, he said he watches the Elephant Man. I never knew about the Elephant Man. Well, he called him the Elephant Baba on Idiot Abroad. One of the best things you'd ever watch. Idiot Abroad. Go check Idiot Abroad out. Funnest thing you'd ever watch. Trust me.
The baby with an arse for a head. It's always going to be stuff like that.
It's like there was a programme on a bit back about a fella who had a funny head and what have you, and he lived in a small village, and nobody double-taked anymore because you get used to it, don't you?
What was up with his head?
Just had like it was sort of like the new Elephant Man. He'd sort of gone for that look.
He'd gone for that look? And, what does he do in the morning? Just eat a bun, sort of shave?
It's just, that's all I'm saying is people in his village, you want a big village, people are used to it and they no longer stared, and that's what I'm saying with you.
But it's interesting that, because you say you've acclimatised to my so-called weirdness. I don't know what weirdness that is. I've still not grasped that. But Ricky continues. What?
It's just the eyes.
You said he's listening.
Why are you listening? So I've not had a go at you and your stupid round head like a orange. Which is the thing which perpetually entertains Ricky. Ricky is never acclimatised to you. Is that fair, Rick?
Yeah, I love it. I can't get enough of him, because I see different things every time I look at Karl. Sometimes I see like a completely sort of like spherical object. right? Like honestly, like some sort of pumpkin on you know, Halloween, and then I see him. I see flat straight
with
on
a pumpkin, Rick,
Right.
with a jack-o'-lantern outside someone's house, right? There is a certain light behind the eyes. Not with Karl.
And then sometimes he looks like a plate. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like a clay plate that a child has made.
When they've made a face on the plate using their food.
Or a biscuit. Like one of those biscuits, novelty biscuits you can buy
Sure,
at
that
your
you
birthday.
can ice with a little smile into mine.
Yeah.
Karl, do you just want to have a dig at me? Because it's coming up to 2 o'clock, and you've not really put a lot of effort in today, slagging me
I don't
off.
do it on purpose.
No, he doesn't do it on
Go for
purpose.
it.
He's just an honest northerner and he can't lie. He's like George Washington, but without the wooden teeth.
Yeah.
I don't think your heart's in it anymore either, Karl.
I was alright today, but Steve's really dragged me down.
Well, let's...
Wait a minute, I just need to know why.
No, do you know, like,
Yeah.
when people are being miserable around you?
Yep.
I was full
Yep.
of beans when I came in.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to remember last week, you were really miserable, and that really wound me up.
Yeah, because he was dumb
So
to
it's
do
moving
stuff.
around,
Because, you know, he'd been let down and they were worried about
Yeah,
the
last
next
week you were in
show.
a terrible mood.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like you
the
were.
songs, I wasn't like going off and lying on the settee, looking ill, talking in that voice.
Oh, he's done you again.
So just now, being quite friendly. Yeah,
Karl,
Steve.
Karl, have you ever tried to get into the Monarch for free? Because I'll be honest, mate, it's not going to happen for you. Come out with me, mate, you got a quid off. Alright?
Oh.
When you can get in places in Camden for free.
Yeah, I'm alright, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's done you. Do you not care about the job? I mean, I've got to ask because, you know what I mean, if I was in charge, I'd worry about your motivation or... Because yesterday we were trying to work out what you enjoyed doing, and we got to, Manchester United and moaning. And that is the two we came
I
up with.
don't know where you get the moaning thing
You're
from.
always whinging.
About what?
Everything.
When did I last have a moan?
Just before we came on air.
Right, and why was that?
I don't know, I can't remember. Because we were in good mood, me and Rick.
I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Because you brought a song in at 10 to 1
Yeah.
with a load of effing and jeffing in it.
Yeah.
And saying, can you edit this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's your job.
You could have brought it in yesterday.
No, I couldn't.
Why not?
I hadn't thought of it. But why are you injured? That's your job, and I didn't come in 10 minutes.
Sometimes you can't. Sorry. You can't blame Karl for the way he reacts. You can't blame him because people do stuff to push buttons. You know it's gonna trigger him. You know that. I feel like Karl is the loveliest guy. He's the loveliest fella. But then he's just human like us. He gets mad. That's normal. For a guy.
Minutes before, it was a good 20 minutes before. It just took you ages because you were whinging and moaning to even get started. How did you meet your girlfriend?
Through work.
What, through her work? What, you found out and said
We
you...
worked at the same place.
Oh, you're right.
You're quite an enigma, aren't you? Could you give us more on that?
At work, you met her at work. What, she came in selling sandwiches? She was going through the bins outside. What do you mean you met her
Why
at
are you
work?
having an attack on me? You're the
not
one
having an
who's
attack
sad and lonely.
Oh, he's done you again! He's done you
Yeah, but what I thought was interesting was I just scratched at him and he just went mental.
Yeah, no,
It's like
but
a bear caught in a trap.
it's funny, isn't it? You'll never learn. Karl,
No, I was just interested to find out what the story was, because it might be a really romantic story.
Well, it's not.
Alright, jeez. I love the fact he doesn't want to talk about his love affair.
I was thinking about you in the week, and like, does it worry you? I mean, you sort of joke about it now, and we're talking about it in the office, you know, like, oh, is Steve really touchy about the way he looks? And
Oh, what's this? Where's that come from?
he's done it again. He's done you
I
again.
was walking home the other night, and I was thinking about it. And do you worry that when you're old, you will be on your own?
You did start it though, didn't you?
Well, Karl, I'm glad you brought this up. Because I mean, for me, you know, a lightweight, frothy entertainment show on XFM on a Saturday afternoon is exactly the place where I want to discuss the desperate, lonely future that's inevitably coming my way.
Oh God! I'll tell you what will cheer you up and forget all that. A bit of Embrace.
Oh, one of the most hated bands.
Do you know when I left the pub in a bit of a mood because I just fed up with not getting anything done?
Yeah.
Walking down the road, I was thinking, how can I get out of this? How can I stop having to work with them? I'm thinking, I wonder if I leave, I wonder if they'll be funny and they'll go, and then my boss will be giving me stick. And thinking, how much notice have I got to give out? And all this is going through my mind. I'm walking home and I got in, said to Suzanne, I'm sick of it. She's going, you need to do it when I get a new kitchen. And I was like, yeah, but how big does the kitchen need to be? I was saying, do we need a big kitchen? Can we get a small one? Have we got enough for a small kitchen? Do we need so many cupboards? Can we just have wood instead of steel? All this, try to get out of doing this.
Yeah. It's always just, I always feel like, because I like to think that I'm not perhaps as bad as him.
Yeah,
You annoy me in different ways.
Like what? How does he annoy you?
Well, stuff that, I come up with ideas, say Cheap as Chimps.
Yeah.
Rockbusters springs to mind.
Yeah.
15
like
Taiwan.
15 Taiwan. Let's just remind people what 15 Taiwan was.
It was a little feature that I wanted to give a run, give it a little run, see if people like it.
The premise being?
No, there's no premise, it's just a title.
No, we were going to get 15 sort of ornaments, you'd explain them, and then people would call up and say, that one's from Taiwan.
See? Carl, you've just explained why I didn't think that was a good idea. By explaining the good bit.
No, the funny thing is, Steve, right, I was walking down Regent Street on Monday, walked past one of these big stores, right, and they've got all famous quotes on the windows, right, and one of them was something like, an absurd idea is often a great idea.
Yeah.
Do you know who said that?
Go on.
Einstein.
Yes.
Which made me wonder, if you were his mate, would he ever have done E equals MC squared? Or would you have said, don't bother with that, it's not going to work? Because that's all you seem to do, everything I come up with, you put down.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing, he's negative, right, I don't know why, I don't know why he is. What else?
He messes me about, I get him concert tickets for stuff, and you say, oh, I didn't bother going.
Yeah.
That is annoying.
You come in, 5 minutes to go with tracks that need editing.
Yeah. The little bag, that bag that was free.
Yeah, you got a free bag today, an XFM little rucksack thing.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, what's this rubbish?
Yeah.
Ricky said, I'll have it, they're great. You said, no, I want it.
Yeah.
Well, it was
So-
free, I needed it. I'll give that as a gift or something.
So, I mean, I think on reflection, Steve is probably a little bit more annoying than me.
I won't go that far. You are annoying. If I had to go away for a week somewhere, if it was a quiet place...
Well, you are again, aren't you? That's 2 holidays you had this year, I mean.
If it was a busy place, I'd probably go with you, because people, do you know what I mean, staring at me all the time and that if I'm walking around with Steve. No, I'm just...
Can I draw up a list of reasons I don't like you, Carl?
Just being honest.
Well, I'll tell you, because the list of reasons I don't like you is incredibly long. And getting longer.
Just saying.
Do you want another slap?
Oh yeah, that's literally, that's part one, oh my god. He goes staring at me because I'm walking around with Steve. This is fun. I know you guys have been telling me, Eddie, check out Karl versus Steve, all the insults. So there's gonna be part 1, part 2, part 3, because it's almost 2 hours of this. So yeah, that's the first part, that's part 1 done. Yeah, you know what to do, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.